Chelsea lose yet another game, and Arsenal are a team that people need to accept could actually win the league. I'm sorry, but I think they may end up being a great competition for Man City. And this is just an immediate reaction. I'm not going to edit it. I'm just going to put it up because I can't. I can't. This is straight after full-time whistle. And Potter needs to be questioned. I'm sorry. It's still early for him, but he looks like he's clueless. He doesn't understand the team. He doesn't understand what needs to be done. He's too concerned with emotional intelligence and all this emotional impact and trying to keep players happy and things like that. Sterling, I'm sorry. I wanted Sterling at the club. I made videos about Sterling. I tweeted about Sterling. I want Sterling to come to the club. But Sterling needs to be benched. He's playing like garbage. Our substitutions came on and we looked like a different team, but we still could not deliver. Gallagher came on, made some crosses that were supposed to lead to goals. We did nothing. Broha was trying something. He was not able to get onto the end of a shot or make a goal happen, but he was able to get into positions, do things that Aubameyang was not able to do because Aubameyang was non-existent. We have an issue with this team. I'm still struggling to understand why Tuchel was sacked. I said I'm over it, but I cannot be over this because we sacked a man that was proper Chelsea. He was the definition of proper Chelsea. He fought hard. People say, yeah, he lost the dressing room. I understand that. You had to sack him. But what was the point of you sacking him and then getting a manager that is inexperienced to working at the highest level, of competing at the highest level, trying to get top 4? Yes, Brighton got 8th or 9th and whatever the case may be, and he built something there. But at Brighton, expectations are lower. And he was still losing games at Brighton as well. I'm sorry, Potter, I think he's a good manager, but he's naive to the intensity of what we are trying to do at a club like Chelsea. I'm sorry, Potter. I said this. I mean, I cannot blame Potter entirely. I have to blame Todd Bowley. Todd Bowley is one of the reasons, because he sacked Tuchel. I did not find a competent replacement that understands that Chelsea are trying to compete for the league in the years to come, not in 5 years, 10 years. They're trying to do it in 2 or 1 year. And right now, we can't do that. We're far from that. Arsenal backed their manager, fine. Say back Potter, fine. But you cannot be making these mistakes of playing players that do not deserve to be playing midfielders that are not competent enough to play by themselves in terms of having one that needs support and the other one needing support. Jorginho needs support, Loftus-Cheek needs support. Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek playing together, it makes no sense. Kovacic needed to start this game. He didn't start the game, and Potter confused because he said that he did not play Kovacic against Zagreb out of precaution. Precaution? What? Did Kovacic have an injury scare? You didn't want to risk him? I don't understand what Potter is doing. I'm sorry. Potter looks like he's clueless. He looks like he's out of his depth. I don't understand. I can't understand. I can't understand. I'm sorry. I can't understand. I really don't understand it. And kudos to Arsenal, man. Congratulations to Arsenal. They deserved it. They deserved it. They were the better team from minute 1 to 90. And they deserve the win. They deserve the win. We are lucky that the game ended 1-0. It should have been more. It should have been at least 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. But we were able to have a good enough defense that we did not concede. Because Chalobah had to do some things. Silva had to do some things. Kukureya had to do some things. Even Aubameyang had to do some things. Our defense was the only positive. And even that was not positive because they were still struggling to get the ball out. I'm sorry, Potter needs to be questioned. I'm sorry, it's too early, in his tenure, but he needs to be questioned. You have better players. Zakaria showed you what he could do in the Champions League. I did not even get to play off the bench, not even come off the bench. I don't understand. Potter is out of his depth. I'm struggling to understand what project are we building with Potter. I'm sorry. I know he has none of these players were his signings. But you cannot be telling me that you're going to be playing a Sterling that is out of form. And you have a Pulisic. Yes, Pulisic is not the greatest player at the club. But Pulisic, when he played games, showed that he can do something. I don't understand what Potter is doing. I'm frustrated. I'm angry because I just don't understand. I know Tuchel lost the dressing room and everything. but we cannot keep backing the worthless players that we have at this club over a manager that won in the Champions League. I know people who say that Tuchel, the players won the trophy, the Champions League for Tuchel, but Tuchel's system is the reason why we won that. We won the Champions League with Werner, Havertz, and Mo as our starting three at the front three, and Ziyech and Pulisic coming off the bench occasionally. I'm sorry, we have an issue. We did not plan for the worst case scenarios. Fofana is injured, he's yet to come back. James is injured, yet to come back. We don't have a right back. Aspi was not the greatest today, but he was not the worst. He tried. He actually tried something, but the team was disjointed. We had no midfield. Our defense was over pressured, and we had to struggle. We had to suffer. We have to suffer. We have to suffer. It is the way of Chelsea. We have to suffer. And you know, Tuchel has to be looking and shaking his head and laughing inside, saying that this is what I was fired for. These players got me sacked. These players that are not good enough got me sacked. I'm sorry. I can't say anymore. Congratulations. We look ahead to our game against Man City in the cup. I don't know what else to say. This is the end of the video. You know, road to 600. Thanks for 500 yet again. I can't stop stressing it. I really appreciate that. That's half away from 1,000, and I'm now 557 at the time of recording. I really appreciate it. Or 567. I really don't know. I'm somewhere close to 600. I have to thank you guys. But that's the end of the video. Like and subscribe, share the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and cheers.